The first step in initiating a purchase from an overseas supplier is usually the issuance of a purchase order. In this case, we have an example of a company in the United States called ABC Importers, who are the buyer, and they're purchasing from a supplier in Italy, in this case, called R.W. Diego Trading Company. The header information that's typical of the purchase order is all shown up here. You can see the Incoterms and the method of payment, the shipment mode, that sort of thing is all addressed. In this case, there are two items that are being purchased: salad dressing and marble slabs. Quite an interesting combination there. 2,500 jars of the salad dressing and 63 cubic meters of the of the marble. And the specifics of the marble is shown here in the part wizard, with the HTS number shown here and the current duty rate. And coming from Italy, that's going to be dutiable, although if it had come from a one of the Trade Act countries, all these could have qualified for free duty treatment. The salad dressing is shown here, and because it's going to be subject to Food and Drug that you go to the PGA details and you open up the product code builder, which is the basis for how the product code was constructed. Based on the issuance of the purchase order, the seller, in this case the company in Italy, has made arrangements to book the cargo in a container moving from Leghorn, Italy to Houston, Texas. And note, the header information somewhat corresponds to the header information of the purchase order. The invoice subform corresponds to the line items of the purchase order. And note that first we're showing the marble slabs here, and then if we go to line item 2, you can see then the salad dressing portion is being addressed, and this all correlates with the purchase order that was input previously. As the terms are FOB, you notice here that there's a shipment terms shown under this, and if we open up the FOB terms for this particular shipment, you can see there's various charges that are going to have to be paid by the buyer, in this case ABC Importers, which is going to take care of all the charges from Leghorn, which is the FOB point, to the destination, which in this case is going to be Arizona. There's going to be some charges that may have to be added to the invoice because they weren't shown on the invoice, but they are dutiable for U.S. customs purposes. So say a selling commission was involved, that would have to be accounted for on this particular item. And then for the salad dressing, you could also have the selling commission there, but an assist may be involved where they say the jars were provided to the seller in Italy free of charge by ABC, and that value has to be accounted for somewhere, so it's added to the invoice value if it's not declared properly by the seller. Interestingly, all this information is then summarized in a landed template, and a report can be derived showing the landed cost summary. Gives a nice neat little package of exactly how much did all this stuff really cost me. When we go to the invoice value and total cost added to the invoice and the anticipated duty, we come up with a grand total.